Meet Gabriella.
Hey, my name is Gabby.
Gabriella is an artist, photographer, digital nomad, and boss babe in the making.
I've been traveling for about the last 10 years. I've basically been living out of one suitcase.
She is entering a new phase of her life and is ready for her wardrobe to better represent the woman she is becoming.
I'm going through my clothing tonight. I've got it all laid out on the bed, and I honestly have no idea who this person is that this clothing represents.
Gabriella is ready to ditch her ill-fitting casual wardrobe and her need for her parents' approval.
So I just finished my closet clean out, and I'm starting to visualize where there are holes in my wardrobe, things that are missing.
Will she ditch her leggings and comfy clothes and her people-pleasing style roadblock ways?
I feel like I went on vacation and got lost on an island, and now I'm dressing like Castaway.
Or will she fall back into her comfort zone and miss out on living as the woman she was meant to be?
I can only go up from here, if I'm being positive about it.
Find out in this week's episode of the Style Therapy Makeover Experience. Welcome to the Style Therapy Makeover Experience. In this series, I've chosen 10 deserving women, gave them a copy of my book, Style Therapy, some camera equipment, and let them go to town on transforming their style in 30 days. I didn't get in the way. I didn't try to control the outcome because I wanted them to have an authentic experience with my book, Style Therapy, 30 Days to Your Signature Style, because when you get your copy of the book, I'm not gonna be there to help you either. All right, so it's an authentic experience, giving yourself a makeover in 30 days. Now, before we get to today's episode, I wanted to quickly thank Sanctuary Clothing. Sanctuary Clothing was cool enough to help outfit our women for their big after. Sanctuary is a great place to purchase casual and affordable clothing. Read comfy, but not ugly. So check out sanctuaryclothing.com. In today's episode, we are going to meet Gabriella, and we are going to follow her along during her 30-day style journey. Let's check it out.
Hey, my name is Gabby. I'm a digital nomad, and I've been traveling for about the last 10 years. And I've basically been living out of one suitcase since then. And my style has just sort of become whatever I pick up along the way, find in random places. Nothing ever really fits correctly. And I've have like a ton of hand-me-downs from just people that have randomly given me things as I've gone. I'm just moving into a new part of my life, focusing more on creative work, creating art, and I just don't think that my style really expresses that. I think it's just like such a mishmash of randomness from the past 10 years. And I don't even recognize myself anymore. So my goal through going through style therapy is for my style to really reflect the person and the artist that I'm becoming, as opposed to this traveler, transient person that I've been for the last 10 years. And for everything to be sort of cohesive and reflect that person that I am. I started this project while in quarantine, during a journey of self-discovery and kind of deeper exploration in myself. The gist of the project is neon vaginas, but when I started the project, it was really about the journey and trying to understand female sexuality. So I did the first one, and then I showed a few friends, and they were like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. Can you do one for me? Started growing. The project has been growing over the last year, and now I'm to the point where I'm actually making the first one into neon.
The Electric Pussy Party collection is focused on shedding some light where the sun don't shine. Proudly celebrating self-exploration, sexuality, and genitalia, of course.
It's week one, and our little digital nomad, Gabriella, is starting her style journey on a plane. I mean, where else would she start it, right? Gabriella is leaving New York City and headed to Mexico, where she will do her 30-day style journey. So week 1 is the 7-day selfie challenge and all the journaling prompts that are going to force her to go deep. Week 1 is always challenging, it's always uncomfortable, and Gabriella is not immune to that discomfort. In fact, she describes week 1 as eye-opening, as, you know what? Let's just see for ourselves.
I just moved down to Mexico and it's been just a few days. I got the book, Style Therapy book, and it was delivered to me like the night before I left from New York to come to Mexico, and I'm so excited that it made it to me just in time. I started off this week really excited to take selfies and to sort of like figure out where I'm at with my style, and I think day by day, I've just become more and more frustrated with myself and where I'm at and what I look like. I mean, like going through these selfies just like really it was a lot. I think by the end of the week, I was feeling so confused about who I am and like this New Yorker living in Mexico, and just realizing that I'm like literally not doing myself any favors with the way that I'm dressing. Everything seems either shapeless or too tight. And I'm just like realizing like how unnoticeable I'm making myself. Traveling to so many different places and living in so many different places has sort of translated to the way that I dress. I feel like I went on vacation and got lost on an island, and now I'm dressing like Castaway. So I think I'm ready to like just figure myself out and figure out who this person is now as I'm 30 and, you know, stepping into something totally different in my life. Living out of a backpack or a suitcase doesn't really like allow for much room in style and allowing me to like express myself. I can only go up from here if I'm being positive about it. Here's to completing week 1 and looking forward to where week 2 takes us, because after week 1, I'm ready. I'm ready to throw it all away. So I can't wait for that.
It's week 2, and Gabriella describes this week as incredibly difficult. That's because it's roadblock week. Week 2 is devoted to clearing your path, and that means really looking at all of the things that are standing in the way from you having amazing style and really living as your most badass, authentic self. So Gabriella is going to come up against all of those issues she has with pleasing her parents, all of those, you know, only child perfectionism things. All that stuff's going to come up during week 2. So let's see how incredibly difficult it really was.
Week 2 has been incredibly difficult. I think culture shock is setting in after being here for a week finally, and probably these like really tough questions about roadblocks are like not helping. This week has been like really tough. I've been asking myself a lot of questions where I'm being stopped, you know, like with my style and why I'm not representing myself in the best light. I mean, like, for example, this outfit is something I picked up like in Vietnam, and it's just like random and fun and full of bananas, but like maybe, you know, for like once in a while and like a fun occasion, but it's not like the best item of clothing that I own. And I don't know that it really like, you know, I mean, it speaks to my silliness and my fun side. And I do enjoy wearing it. However, I don't know if you could ever take me seriously wearing this. The roadblocks that I've been coming up against are things like living in other countries and dressing to fly under the radar. Not really, you know, expressing myself, but trying to just like go unnoticed as a foreigner in another place. Along with like parental expectations. I'm an only child, and so my parents have always been my like factor for expectations. And you know, I think no matter what I do, I'd probably be dressing too sexy for my parents. And for myself, I'm probably not dressing sexy enough, or like, not like sexy, but like, you know, for my body, as opposed to like hiding it. I'm coming to realize that like the shapelessness that I've been wearing is just a hiding tactic, and you know, not trying to flatter my figure, more so just like hide who I am and what I look like, and just, you know, try to blend in as much as possible, which I'll never do in a foreign country. I mean, living in Asia for a few years, and now living in Mexico, I'm never going to be, you know, a local. And I think I just need to be okay with that, and like be able to dress for myself.
All right, we're in week 3, Style Awakening week. This is about more fun, more clarity, more wisdom. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, I want you to stick around to the end of this video, because I think we're gonna be getting a little Lauren truth bomb, Lauren rant action going on here. So watching through Gabriella's week 3 content, we'll see how much of the work she really did. But what you're gonna see is she talks about this section in week 3, the Closet Quickie. So the Closet Quickie is kind of reassessing everything that's in your closet and seeing the patterns and the holes that you have so you can develop your shopping list. So she really does do a great job of taking an honest look at what's in her closet. There's some really funny patterns that emerge, and she's gonna start to build her shopping list during this week. Now, what we won't see this week is her style type, which is part of the work. And there's some other things that, you know, those of you that have the book will be like, wait, did Gabriella do this day's work and this day's work? I don't know. We're gonna see if I'm gonna have to Lauren rant on her at the end, but let's check out her closet clean out revelations and what she's putting on her shopping list. Let's check it out.
So now at week 3, I feel like I have a lot more clarity. I was able to walk into a few stores and realize that like what they were selling wasn't gonna fit my style, and that I absolutely had no reason to try anything on. I was ready to clean out my closet and realized where the problems were and what I needed to work on. And now I'm really ready for the next step, which is to figure out how to dress for my style. Thanks, Lauren, for making me do the work, because I'm really excited for where this is going. Okay, so I just finished my closet clean out, and I'm starting to visualize where there are holes in my wardrobe, things that are missing, and some really interesting patterns. Speaking of patterns, one of the biggest things I noticed is how many patterns I have. Oh my God, and none of them seem to go together. Then we have a buttload of tie-dye. Just like maybe too much tie-dye. I also noticed that I have like a very significant amount of black in my wardrobe. The last thing that I noticed as far as patterns is a bunch of hand-me-downs. So over the years, I've collected random things from people who have generously given me clothing along the way as I needed it. And I thank them so much. These hand-me-downs just aren't doing it for me anymore. So I think I'm gonna have to get rid of most of those. As far as the things that I have or don't have, it's really comes down to having a lot of casual / everyday wear and loungewear, which
if I'm really being honest, probably most of the casual everyday wear is loungewear. I definitely need to work on getting some more things in the professional / art world category, in the social going out category. On the plus side, I did find one outfit that I really liked for art and for going out, which is the black leather pants and the patterned tank top that's a crop. Speaking of crops, that is another pattern that I realized. I have way too many crop tops and most of them don't fit me right.
It's week 4 and Gabriella has made it to the final week of her style therapy transformation. Week 4 is devoted to building your signature style. There's shopping, there's putting together outfits, there's outfit formulas, creating your style uniform for different areas of your life, there's lookbooks. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in week 4 because we're putting all that magic together that we did in the previous weeks into a final package for your big reveal. So you'll definitely see in Gabriella's footage that her confidence has increased, that she's definitely experienced some big wins in the style department, but she shares with us in week 4 that she's still feeling some blockages. Now, I'm gonna let you watch her week 4 footage first, but after I'm gonna share my insights on why those blockages are occurring and some thoughts I have on the whole situation. So check out week 4 and then I'll see you guys after that.
I've reached week 4, I'm at the end of it, and while there have been so many good big wins, like I just finally found a full-length mirror this week, I still feel like there are some places where I'm blocked, and I know where it is. It's like work from home-itis. I can't seem to, like, on days when I'm just working from home, like bring myself to get dressed still. There's still that really like intense, you know, keep it super casual, work from home vibe. But on days when I'm going out, I'm like ready to get dressed and like go out and work at a cafe, for instance. Like I'm much more likely to get up and get dressed and like do stuff. I do feel much more confident in myself with getting dressed every day, and the outfit combinations that I put together, I have like less to think about when I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna wear that day. I like know that I can put these 2 pieces together, or, you know, wear a certain outfit for a certain activity. I can't believe it's over. After 30 days of style therapy with Lauren Messiah and these amazing women that I've been going through this journey with, I think my biggest takeaways are that bras just were not made to fit properly. And that I should embrace not wearing a bra more as well, but that's maybe my own personal takeaway. I think style therapy came to me at the most appropriate time in my life, when I really needed to make sense out of the chaos of living in different countries for 10 years and kind of figuring out who I was. So thank you so much, Lauren Messiah, for making some sense out of all of the chaos that was happening in my style before. I feel like a much more put together person, and much more confident in myself and much more able to speak my mind and be who I am and put out into the world who I want to be. So thank you so much again for this incredible opportunity.
All right, let's recap on Gabriella's transformation. So first of all, yay that you finally got the full-length mirror. Ladies, please get full-length mirrors. How can you leave the house without getting a full look at yourself? So yes, girl, thank you for getting that full-length mirror. Also, I want to say, man, you look good in clothes. Those after pics were money, honey. You look fantastic. Now let's talk about the journey and the blocks, because I think this is really important for everyone to see and for everyone to hear. So when you're doing this work, when you're doing the style therapy work, you can't approach it surface level. You just can't. I mean, you can, but you'll finish the 30 days and you'll only get the outside benefits. You'll be like, ooh, you know, my outfits are cuter. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. When you go deeper and you get raw and you do the work and you get really freaking vulnerable, which, don't get me wrong, it's not easy to do. But when you do that, you're able to see why it's so important. So I'm not saying that Gabriella didn't do the work. She did the work that she could do given the place that she's in her life right now. I mean, if you asked 20-something me to do this work, there's no way I could have gone deep. There's no way. You know, I would have done the fun parts, the shopping parts, and the outfit parts, and I would have felt, you know, pretty good after. So it's still a total win. But when you're so clear on your goals and the woman that you really want to become, and you get so excited about that woman that you're willing to journal through the pain. You're willing to do the things that are uncomfortable. So it all comes up to the surface, so it matters. And listen, Gabriella, no shade, honey. You did great. But I've been doing this for a really long time. So this is just the perfect moment that you're giving to these women to really illustrate what I mean when I say do the work. Okay? So the blockage that Gabriella was coming up against at the end, where she's like, you know, I know where my blockage is. I still am struggling with the work from home. I don't really want to get dressed. Like, I don't really see, you know, the point. But when I go out, I get that whole get down. And a lot of us are struggling with that, especially in a pandemic. And then add the twist that Gabriella's traveling all over the freaking place, adjusting, constant culture shock. Like, I completely understand. So for me, as someone who's been working from home for over 10 years now, like 12 years actually, or 13. Oh my gosh, it's been so many years, I can't count. But I'm so connected to the consequences of not fully showing up as the true, empowered, driven, badass me. I know the consequences, so it's literally not even a question. I get dressed for work every day, even though I'm just walking into the room next door. So, but that takes the deep work to understand how much this freaking matters. And for some people, they're gonna have to do this work repeatedly. They're gonna have to reapproach it. I do the work repeatedly. And I invented the work, and I'm a professional. But every time you go back through style therapy, you get a little bit deeper. Like, when I invented the process of this transformation, I was 28 years old and I couldn't go deep enough. But I still was able to dress to a place that advanced me a little bit further. And that's exactly what Gabriella has done. She's moved herself a little bit further along the line. She's learned some things, her confidence is increasing, she's got some wins under her belt. But I promise, and girl, you're not going anywhere because you've been gifted a 1-year membership into Style Confidence Collective. So I'm keeping my eye on you, girl. Once she does this again, and once she's like, you know what, let me reapproach day 3, go deep and dark. You know, let me reapproach making my style uniform for working from home. Every time you do the work and you get a new aha, you get a new insight, things start to change in a really, really radical way. So there's my little Lauren rant. Gabriella, don't take it the wrong way. You did great, but I just want to illustrate for women how the deeper you go, the richer the rewards, right? The more work you put in, the more you're going to get out. But for some people, they can only do what they can do. That's for all people. You can only do what you can do. So you did a great job, and I look forward to you remaining in the LM orbit so we can get you excited about getting dressed, even if you're working from home. So great work, Gabriella. Are you ready to begin your style transformation? Then pick up a copy of Style Therapy, 30 Days to Your Signature Style, wherever books are sold. And be sure to tune in next week as we follow another woman on her style transformation. See you next week.